Going back to the golden age of comics right here with Pat Sullivan's Felix the Cat by Toby Press. I'm going to show you the front cover right here. You know that these are tough to find in any condition anymore, but I'm going to show you the condition of this one. We'll show you the back. It obviously has some wear and tear, but for a 75-year-old comic, this is an amazing piece. I'm going to show you the light, so I can give you my estimation and my opinion of what I think this is, but I'd much, much rather you use your best judgment. I'm going to give you all the information that you need to use your expertise, knowledge, and judgment in determining for yourself. So I'll let that light shine all over this book. Really still some good color in this. It could use a pressing and cleaning, but that's still not going to help issues like these at the top where it is a little bit ragged. Not quite paper loss yet, but it will become. Couple of creases here and there, and of course along the spine we have some staple stress. We've got some spine ticking, although surprisingly not as much as I would expect of a book at this age. You have some staining right there, so it has seen better days, but it's a nice specimen from that era. We're going to show you the back as well, and one more time I will shine that light everywhere on it so that you can see what you need to see. A little bit of discoloration and staining here, some tiny tears, and then some paper loss, and I'll show you that in one moment. Some schmutz on there, a little bending at the corner. Can you see how it's bent this way? You won't be able to see that in the catalog, so that's why we do these videos. And then I'm going to show you this paper loss, because we're going to show you a little bit of the interiors. That way you can judge for yourself what shade you think the paper is. If it's white, off-white, cream, you can see if there's any staple stress along here. I'm going to show you the inside of the covers. We'll show you and really point out this paper loss. Not too bad up there, a little bend right there, but some paper loss right along here. We're going to look to see if we find any hidden damage, like pages coming loose, any kind of water damage, mold or mildew, and I'm not seeing any of that. And then finally, plus it gives you an idea to see the interiors, the quality and condition of the pages. Interesting that there's no splash here. It just went right into some ads. And then finally we're going to end right here on the splash, so you can see really the extent of any stress on this. If the cover has come loose or separated, it will give you an idea of any more damage to the cover that might not be evident from the front. Little bit of possibly water right there. That little bit of we saw that paper loss on the front. It's there, it's present for you folks that want to restore it. And of course, if there's any writing or anything like that or anything cut out, we'll see that as well. So now you know everything about this really, really fantastic older piece right here. This is Felix the Cat, number 51 from 1948. And we're going to show you some mighty Samson from Gold Key Comics. This is Western Publishing, number 19 from 1969. We'll show you the front, we'll show you the back, and one more time. We'll do it a little bit quicker this time. We will let the light tell the tale as we wiggle jiggle all down the cover. Some minor ticking here and there, but overall not too bad. The way this art is makes it look like it's bent, but it's not. However, the yellow might be hiding this, so I do want to point out that damage right there. We'll let that light get on there so you can see it. And of course we do this in 4K so that you can always go back, rewind, zoom in, zoom out, and really make sure that you know on the books that you want to put into your collection, you'll have the knowledge on whether or not you want to bid, how much you want to bid, and what it's going to look like in your collection. So a couple of the interiors before we end on the splash, some minor discoloration right here, but the cover is still on there and looking good for over 50 years. Walt Disney's Cinderella. This is also from Western Publications, this time under the Dell moniker. It is a golden size book. So a little bit larger. Some wear and tear on this one, or wear at least. I don't see tears yet, but sometimes they hide. Might be a little tear right there. You can see on this dark blue, any of those flaws really jump out, any of those imperfections really jump out under the light, so that's why we're happy to be able to do this, provide this for you. You can see the ticking along the spine, of course. The back looks real nice. This would have been back at a time when they weren't providing ads on the back, so they were losing revenue in order to provide you more story, which is fantastic. In fact, I don't see any ads at all in here, so really focused on the consumer. Some ripping right here at the staples. Some paper loss at the bottom, but otherwise not too bad. The splash is looking good, and that cover seems on there and tight. We've got Walt Disney's Donald Duck. This is number 59 from Dell, going all the way back to 1958. Flip it over on the back. And let's take a look. Yep, this has seen better days. So it's got a little bit of sun bleaching, it looks like. Some wear and tear here at the, not tear, but wear, certainly. Maybe some tear right up there. Some issues along the spine and along the corners, as you would expect, but overall pretty nice looking. Again, a golden sized book, and it is 10 cents. And we'll flip through here, show you some of the quality and condition. Amazingly white on these. It may not show in the video, but as I'm looking at it, this is some surprisingly white pages given that era. A couple of condition issues on the back of the front cover. Spine appears on there and tight. And there you have it. As we move on to some Joe Palucca. This has seen better days, but from 1951, a nice golden age comic right here. Let's take a look at him. So I'll show you the elephant in the room here, which is this damage and that. Hopefully it doesn't affect the story inside, but I'm going to show you the rest of the cover first because it holds up pretty nice. Luckily that didn't affect any of the artwork, and you get that really cool early Harvey comics right here showing you all that good alligator fighting artwork. You have this absolutely horrifying nightmare on the back. Oh my goodness, that's a Walt Disney mask? Oof. I don't even want to know what it looked like in real life. So you can see that. I'll show you the paper loss right here. Some tearing there. The interiors look very nice. The interiors are actually real good. So a nice reader copy. You can certainly read the full story. And then right about here, something happened to this book that really just dug into it. So it tore right along there and cut it. So I'm going to show you as much as we can here. Yeah, so you can see that right there, those tears that went through, all the way through to, I'd say at least about a quarter to a third of the book. Now they don't affect the storyline. You can still read that, which is nice. You can still see the art. With the one exception of this page, seems to be missing some of the words. So I guess you'll have to guess. And luckily, again, here, it didn't affect any of that. But we showed you on the front, it's missing some paper there, some creasing, some slight tear, more paper loss. And that cover is on its way to getting loose, but it's still on there right now. So now you know everything we know about this book. Like I said, these are tough to find in any condition. This is not the best condition in the world, but finding it all is really a treat, and we're happy to bring it to you. Joe Palucca, number 58 from 1951.